Boys and girls, we are back at Sunderland. We've only lost one league game since January. It was a big thumping against Brentford, but only one league game since January. We're looking in fantastic form. Today, we face Middlesbrough, who are 18th, and Burnley, who are 5th. And at the start of this, you find us in 14th place, the highest point of our season so far. And this is globally the team that has been doing it, and the team that is going to be playing against Middlesbrough today. We've got Patterson in goal. Let's have a look at Patterson, currently showing up as a Premier League goalkeeper, and probably proving it as well for this team. We've then got Liddington, who is our young left back over there. Bruxler, Ballard and Sekete is our back four. We've got Matete in the defensive midfielder position. We've got Reguagui next to White in midfield. We've then got Anthony on the left, Clark on the right and Hansen up front. All we need now is for Hansen to start actually scoring some goals, and this team will basically be unstoppable. At least that's the plan anyway. I definitely think we can get that mid-table finish that the supporters want this season, which hopefully means we don't get fired like we did at Grimsby in this series, because the supporters want us to finish mid-table and the board want us to avoid relegation. And of course, there is the added spice in this match because Middlesbrough are rivals of Sunderland. Apparently, they're near each other, but both these places are far too north for me to actually know exactly where they are. What I do know, of course, is that Sunderland are quite a massive team and should be in a better league than they are. I know they're in the Championship. It's not the worst league in the world. But I don't feel like they should be fighting for relegation. I feel like they should be fighting for promotion. It's what we are setting out to do. And I think we can definitely do it. I've just realised as well. Let's just change this back to key highlights so it's not really ultra long for you. Our main problem here is Hansen. Hansen, who is our most expensive signing. We dropped most of the free transfer budget we actually had available at the club to bring him in with add-ons and future fees and all of that wonderful stuff. He could cost us 3.5 million, and so far he's only scored 2 goals. I'm hoping, much like at Forest Green, that's another case of him needing to settle into the club and the league, and when we come back next season, he'll be up and firing because we could really, really need it. Looking at this sort of thing, we've come back because we haven't lost a game since January, and Middlesbrough instantly score a corner against us because we are still a little bit shoddy defensively. What we are good at is scoring goals. If we can get Hansen, as I mentioned, scoring some goals as well, then we're going to be basically unstoppable. But we're really not showing it right this second, are we? Another free kick here then for Middlesbrough. Another set piece, which they've already proven that they can threaten with. Cantwell putting that one in. I think Bruxler just about got his head to it, and now White is trying to regain possession. Hasn't managed it, and it's a shot that is just about dealt with by Patterson, but he can't keep both hands on it. He has this time though. Can we now build one from the back? That would probably be the best thing we could do. Don't lump it forward, Patterson. Good boy. Over to Ballard. Over to Sekete on the right now, who swings it into White, who actually finds himself some decent space. Forward to Anthony now. The defenders are bearing down on him. Can he get it to Hansen? He can. Magne Hansen. We said if we could get him scoring. That was a lovely goal. I genuinely didn't think that had gone in. He hit that so hard. It made my eyes go a little bit weird. Anthony, as I mentioned, getting absolutely hassled by every defender, but Hansen gets there ahead of the goalkeeper and hooks that one into the back of the net to make it 1-1 between Sunderland and Middlesbrough with 20 minutes on the clock. It is back all to play for. We'd really like this win today, and White once again there bursts out of midfield to intercept that pass. He is tackled, but it falls to Clark, and now over to Sekete on the right into Anthony, who does get there first, but the goalkeeper more than equal to that one. It does result in a corner for us though, and we have been pretty good at these in recent weeks. It is swung into the far post, looking, I believe, for Bruxler, who didn't manage to find it. It's swung back in once again, and once again it is headed away by a Middlesbrough defender, but we are now starting to look a little bit more dangerous, although I'd like to do a little bit more with this 67% possession we currently have. Throw in here for Middlesbrough then, and they're just going to take that one short and just hold the ball at the back for a moment while they think about what they would like to do, their plan to go and get another goal. Hopefully a plan that we can stop nice and easily. It's a big ball forward. We deal with those. I was going to say we deal with those really well. The words weren't out of my mouth before we stopped dealing with those really well. Can we just get to half time? No, we can. It's a free kick instead for White. Looking for Clark, who really probably isn't the person you want to be aiming for in the box. He's not the tallest lad in the world. There are taller guys there. And now Middlesbrough on the counter-attack, managing to hold that one up. It's pulled back on the edge of the area. And that time it is the crossbar rather than Patterson that saves us. We do get to half-time, though, with 1-1 the score on the board. We are controlling possession, which is fantastic. What we'd like is to do just a tiny bit more with it. Just a little bit. We don't need a lot. We don't need to do that, though. Patterson, the bravery of the goalkeeper there showing as he pounces on that one before the Middlesbrough striker can get to it. And now we can try and launch some sort of counter-attack of our own. We're just holding the ball here. What we have noticed, though, is we're not very good at holding the ball. If we hold the ball for too long, we do tend to lose it. Hansen forward to Clark here. Clark into the box, and Clark is brought down by a Middlesbrough defender, and it is a penalty that has been awarded. It is going to be White taking this one, our main penalty taker, on 46th minute, and that one is saved by the goalkeeper. That's very, very unfortunate. A big chance there for us to go 2-1 up, but it has instead been saved. We have got the resulting corner, though, has floated into the back post and headed away. And now Middlesbrough, I thought we're going to go sprinting down the field on a counter-attack, but as it turns out, they're going to do none of those things. Instead, just choosing to pass it back and letting the attack fizzle out. We're looking okay. I'd like to be looking a little bit more than okay, though. Maybe some substitutions will help. Sakete's tired. Let's take him off. Let's bring on Thompson. We have got some other tired players as well, but no one that I really think needs bringing off, apart from maybe White, because he is on a 6.3. We'll make those couple of substitutions. Hopefully they can do something. Ballard over to Clark now then. Can Clark launch a ball forward? He can't, just holding it up. That one's been launched forward though for Thompson. Into Hansen. Hansen all of a sudden has heard me saying that he needs to start scoring goals. And Magne Hansen doubles his tally for the season and for this match. Clark doing some great holding up of the ball there. Back to our deep line playmaker, Wigwigwai, into Thompson, and then over to Hansen for him to get his head to. Definitely not the tallest lad. It's surprising to see him actually get his head to that one, but we'll take that all day long. He's having a really good game today. Right, have a couple more look at these substitutions. Linnington can come off and Adaramalo can come on. Ballard probably needs to come off as well, and Luke Mbete can come on for him. And then our final substitution can be Jack Clark coming off for Evan Robson. With 15 minutes to go, though, you'd hope now that we can see this match out. It's never guaranteed, although we are holding on to the ball quite well. So you'd hope the Middlesbrough aren't going to get too many shots at the end of this match. We have got a set piece here. If we could add a third, that would make it a little bit more secure, a little bit more safe than it is currently. Rigwagwai going to be taking this one into the far post. Once again, looking for Bruxler. Once again, not finding him. But we do have a shot from range, and it's Abdu Hawi. Is that how you say his name? I don't know, but he has a lovely shot from range there. Another one of our substitutes coming on and making the difference. That one was headed away. Anthony scrambled back to get hold of it and just finds Hawaii over on the edge of the area, who shoots, he scores, he makes it 3-1 to Sunderland. And that is exactly how the match is going to end. Full time. We've beaten our rivals. It's another 3 points on the board. We looked a little bit cagey early on, but we've come back well there. And now it puts us in 12th place, the epitome of mid-table in the championship. You'd imagine getting the bragging rights will make the fans happy as well. Robson's apparently set for a pay increase, which will really help our financial difficulties. And Hansen is all on form. It's all come up Sunderland in that match against Middlesbrough. But our next match is a lot more difficult as we go and face Burnley. Burnley, who are all the way up in 5th in those playoff positions, probably not challenging for the automatic spots. And really, in the grand scheme of things, not that far ahead of us when you consider where we were. There's some positives and some negatives to this match against Burnley. The positive is it's at home, so should have home advantage. The negative is it's only 2 days after the Middlesbrough match. It does mean we have had to make some changes. Patterson remains in goal. Adaramola comes in at left back. Bruxler accompanies Mbete in the centre of the defence, and Sekete remains on the right. Allardyce comes in a defensive midfielder position behind Reguilón and White. Anthony, Clark and Hansen all remain up front. And can we go out today and add another 3 points to our championship campaign? We're already way away from the relegation zone where we started. We just now would like to finish higher mid-table rather than just mid-table, and it is lovely to actually see us on the Championship League table without having to scroll now. Sekete taking a knock and wanting to come off is not quite as good. We're having to substitute him inside the first 10 minutes. Thompson is going to come on instead of him, who should be more than capable of dealing with that right back position, given that's mostly where he's played right. These are now becoming a little bit of a problem. Less than 10 minutes and 2 players injured. Not ideal. Even Robson is going to come over for Anthony. If we could just see a highlight now without any more injuries, that would be great. That's not the highlight we wanted either. Alexander Gonzalez for Burnley has just scored against us. That is a pretty first 15 minutes. I've seen better. A goal and 2 injuries completely taking apart our plans here. We can still just about see ourselves without scrolling on the Championship League board though, so that's a positive, I guess. What we'd really like to do now though is go and get a goal against Burnley pretty quickly. We obviously went 1-0 down to Middlesbrough and we managed to win that one, so we're far from beaten yet. I'm gonna stop talking. Because apparently every time I say anything, it comes back to bite me. 2-0 down inside 20 minutes. Definitely not the start we were looking for. Right, we just encouraged the team here. We're going to keep an eye on these match stats for the next 10 to 15 minutes. Our possession is lacking. Our shots are lacking. Everything is lacking. And there's only one thing to do. Go attacking. Will that make any difference, though? Will that just leave us more open at the back? And that's going to be the question. This ball into Hansen could tell us Hansen is brought down. He's rolling around a little bit dramatically, to be honest. A little bit dramatically. It has resulted in a red card for Tendon Mengi. I don't know how much was in that. Hansen did go down a little bit like he'd been shot by a sniper. I guess we take it. Even if it is a little bit morally ambiguous. If we can go and get something back out of this game now as a result of Burnley going down to 10 men, then, I mean, we'll allow it. It will be okay. It doesn't look like we're going to get back into this match, though, because every highlight is Burnley on the ball. And every highlight is them threatening our goals. So far, the only highlight we've seen for us was that red card for Tendon Mengi as Hansen rolled around on the floor like he was some sort of weird reanimated corpse. Reguilón to Mbete. White now. Can he get a ball into the box to Thompson? Thompson into Hansen. And Magne Hansen gets his 4th goal of this. No, he doesn't. It's offside. Of course it's offside. I was about to say that Hansen has managed to get 3 goals in this episode, and that's more than he'd scored all season. But again, we do like an offside goal at Sunderland. We definitely enjoy an offside goal. We're going to demand more from the team, and we have got a corner here into the near post, not coming to anything. It's nodded back out to Reguilón. whatever he's called. Allardyce over to Mbete now. Mbete back to Thompson, to Clark. And Clark just thread that one through? He can't. It's back out to Thompson. A cross into the box here would be lovely. That is a cross into the box, but it's so tight to the post. It actually hits the post without reaching the goalkeeper. If we got that one in front of Hansen, I think we would be 1-0 up right now. We probably need to think about some substitutions though. So White is tired and Hawaii is going to come on for him. We need to make all our substitutions at once as well, just based on the fact of how many we've already made because of those 2 injuries. Liddington. Now it's a case of who do we want to make these substitutions for. I think Zach Emerson comes on up top instead of Hansen, who's not going to be able to get a goal again in this match then. And Matete can come on for Allardyce there as we just bear down again on the Burnley goal. Adaramola now just getting hold of the ball into Robertson. Robson, oh, he's rounded the goalkeeper and hit the post. That's so unfortunate for our young lad. A little bit more composure there. He pretty much could have walked it into the back of the net. And despite Sendon Mengi getting sent off in the 39th minute for Burnley, I genuinely don't think we're getting back into this one today. Emerson does have a free kick just outside the area here, and he is going to hit it and try and have a shot, have a goal, have something. But either way, it's not in the back of the net, and it does look like today this is going to be our 2nd loss in the league during the second half of the season since January. It's a 2-0 loss to Burnley. You got to think, given their red card, given our performance, that is a little bit disappointing. It does leave us in 13th at the end of the episode, only 3 points behind the teams above us, so we could jump up as far as 11th if results went our way. It's definitely a positive second half to the season. It makes me very confident for next season because we're going to improve this side. Of course, that does involve us having some sort of decent transfer budget because right now it's £844. There's not many matches left in the season now. In fact, there's only 5. I'm going to play through Hull, Preston and Luton off camera, and then we'll be back in the next episode for Sheffield United and Stoke, the final 2 games of the season, where we can find out where exactly it is that Sunderland's going to finish. If you have enjoyed that episode though, please do drop a like down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next one.